Yeah, I'll try to help them couple people that seem like they're having some issues with their headsets and stuff. Sometime this weekend if I can get up with them.
Wow. It would have
It's
been
been
20. I think you started it in 2020, but I didn't join till the beginning of 2021. It was it. I think it was October, right? But that was when it was Patreon members only. Because I tried to join Bit.
yeah, it's it's been a good while. Hmm.
Wow.
Pretty exciting, ain't it? Hmm. Oh, you're right. I mean, everybody's situation is unique.
Yep. Yeah. There are lots of problems, and there are lots of problems that you have to try a bunch of different ways before you can find the solution.
No, or if try a bunch of different things to find the problem.
That true.
All the way down to testing the sand and water and the dirt and water and seeing if there's what's going on from the root system up.
What's up? Hey, I just wanted to let you know we can hear everybody but you on the live stream. You're muted on the live stream somehow.
On Discord. Now I'm not.
No, I can hear you on Discord just fine, and they can hear you. I can hear them responding to you, but we can't hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you, Featherfish. I don't know what's going on.
Well, that was it. No,
That's weird.
I was muted on StreamYard.
Oh, okay. No echo today, though. Everything else seems to be working just fine.
I should have broadcast my voice through because I'm on Discord. That's weird.
Let's see.
So now we got an echo.
So the StreamYard is not pulling his voice, huh? Or is it's separating it from Discord?
Yeah, apparently.
That sounds weird.
I don't know why.
So then, can you turn in your volume mixer down there? Can you turn either StreamYard or Discord all the way down? Probably StreamYard.
Yeah, I did that the other day, and it seemed to help.
Turn. If there's a tab for StreamYard, turn it all the way down.
Yeah, I can do that. Boy, my mouse is jumping all over the place. Mic volume.
Well, we don't want it off because that's why we couldn't hear you before. Hold on. I'm seeing if I can hear you. Yeah, you're muted again on StreamYard. You want that all the way up. You want the output or the speaker volume for.
Okay, how about now?
Find out in a second.
Yeah, it's about a 10-15 second delay, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be about a 30-second delay. So you really can't tell. I just need to keep talking.
No, you're talking. I can't hear you. So whatever you did, undo that.
Okay, well, I cut the mic volume down.
No, you need the mic volume all the way up. You want the output volume. So you want to click the little speaker down by your clock. And it should give you a volume mixer pop up.
What clock? I don't know what you're talking about.
By your, down the bottom right corner, there should be a clock, right? Your computer clock? No, just on the computer.
Oh.
One of these days I'll get with you ahead of time and work out all these bugs before the live stream.
Yeah, right. Well, normally you do. It's not showing up now. There it is. Okay, so I want to cut the volume down on my computer.
Not all of it. You just want to right click on that speaker icon and click like open volume mixer. Should say volume mixer. Oh wait, you got okay. You're on Windows 11. It looks like. Hold on. So click on. Of course, this is going to be harder because they moved everything. Click on your shoot. I mean, click on the headphones and click deafen there on the left-hand side by your microphone, a little further over.
Okay, that also cuts the mic off. Can you guys hear me? They can't hear me. That ain't good.
Now you can hear me.
No, that doesn't work.
Okay. Can anyone else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Yeah, when I do that, it
It
kills.
just takes out everybody. Oh, click that one right there. Well, that's not going to do it either. You really got to go to your StreamYards tab real quick. Or can you show us that? Oh, okay. That's Discord, right?
Oh, StreamYard. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You did say StreamYard. That's part of my problem. Nothing registers right. Okay, under settings.
Yeah, just show me your. Do you have any way to? Okay, click on audio there. Change the default speakers to something else. Just change them to anything else.
When I do that,
That's okay.
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah, we still have the echo.
Do or don't?
Change it. Change it again. Change it to one of the other ones.
Testing.
Magic.
Testing.
Let's see if it works now.
So, testing, testing. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello.
I can hear you. I'm just trying to see if there's an echo on the stream still.
Oh,
There's still an echo. I don't know why.
if I cut the volume down,
You don't want to mess with your mic volume at all. You only want to adjust the output volume. And your speakers may be turned up. We may just be getting feedback from your speakers into your microphone.
Yeah, because he's not wearing a headset anymore, is he?
no. Microphone or a speaker.
Yeah, but we're not hearing it through Discord.
Yeah, that's weird, ain't it?
What, the echo?
That can't be it. Shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't. They should be hearing it on the stream just like we're hearing it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not on the live stream. You're not on the live
Whenever he's running. Why is it not broadcasting his voice through Discord? Whenever he's streaming to Discord.
What do you mean?
Why is it forcing him to use the microphone in StreamYard versus pulling all the audio from Discord?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's pulling our audio. You see what I'm saying?
So it won't. It'll only pull the output audio from Discord. It'll pull the microphone from the microphone on the machine. That's the only way it'll work.
Gotcha. Then he should be able to mute himself on Discord. Yeah, then he should be able to push the mute button on Discord and get all the audio from StreamYard then.
Not his microphone. We wouldn't be able to hear him.
If he just muted the microphone from Discord.
I need 2 more shots if you're going to keep asking me questions like this.
I got you, man.
But the answer is yes, it will not work.
I haven't played around with StreamYard long enough to know. Yeah,
so StreamYards or any broadcaster, it won't capture outbound audio, like his microphone out. It'll only capture the audio that is being played by Discord. You can think of it like a video. It'll only capture the video being played, the audio from that.
Gotcha.
So what it's doing right now is it's splitting the microphone between Discord and StreamYard. But we're not, his audio comes through unechoed on the live stream. It's just us that was being, let me just double check. Are we still echoing? It was on the live stream. No, we're not echoing anymore. Okay, Father Fish, you talk.
Great.
Yeah, am I echoing? Testing, testing. Am I echoing? It's about a 30-second lag.
No, you're not echoing.
Pardon?
Is anyone else hearing an echo? I think we,
I turned the volume down on
let's go here.
StreamYard. I did that last night, and it reduced the echo. Didn't get rid of it, but it did reduce it. I don't know if it makes it harder to hear and understand me or not.
We're gonna have to get you a Bluetooth headset.
Yeah, I've run through half a dozen headsets. They all
That's really weird. Is your microphone right by your speakers or something?
It's right in the camera. It's built into the camera.
All right, well.
Well, it might be my device. Let me drop off for a second, and y'all can send me a message in Discord. I've had problems in the past with echoing from my phone.
Okay. So what we got to start doing instead of fish talks, we got to do tech talks starting at 6, and then we'll do fish talks at 7.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it was nice talking with you, Father Fish. I've got to go do some other stuff.
Good to see you.
See you around.
Bye for now. And Slee. Yeah, into saying that I'm low or distant.
Yeah, I think it's still echoing. Let me just double check.
It probably is. I just cut the volume. Kick it.
But it's only, yes. He just messaged on Discord.
Testing. If I don't know what to do. I can't mute my mic on Discord, or you won't be able to hear me.
Are you sure you're not previewing the stream anywhere on your computer? Like, is it showing it in StreamYard with like, are you getting audio from your StreamYard tab? If you look at that page and get rid of your mic.
Probably am.
Well, that's probably why we're getting an echo. If you look at that page when you're previewing your stream on StreamYard, it should be just kind of like YouTube. There should be an option there to the little speaker or mute button on that page somewhere. I don't know. We'll find out in a second. Hi. Okay, whatever you did took away the echo, but you muted yourself. Is that what you did?
Yeah, I muted myself.
So then it's probably just feedback through your speakers. Unmute yourself again.
Yeah, I just did.
Yeah, I think it's just feedback through your speakers. What are we looking at here?
The corn maze out there. They out there burning fires and stuff, getting it all smoky for them.
He's got his kids at a corn maze.
Waiting for them to find their way back.
Now the echo began. Yeah, the echo's back.
Yeah, it has something. I think it's really just feedback from your speakers getting into your microphone. I think that's all it is.
That makes sense.
So we gotta get you
Headset.
some headphones that work, or you gotta just turn your speaker volume down as much as you can bear it for the moment, and still hear us.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, if I turn the speaker volume down on StreamYard,
No, it'd be on your computer. You're just your regular computer because you're hearing us through that over there by the clock, down there by the clock like you did before. Just turn down your speaker volume some. Drag it across to the left until you. You obviously want to still be able to hear us.
Like that?
I don't know. We'll find out in the stream here in a second.
I've got it turned way down.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that took care of it.
Huh.
Let's see. Well, it's still there. I don't know what the heck. I'm gonna have to get on your computer sometime and figure this out.
I need a headset. I guess is what it boils down to.
Wait, do this as a test. Turn it all the way down for a few seconds here, and I'm going to talk. And then,
see if it's the actual speakers or if it's something else.
See if it's something through an open tab and how StreamYard is grabbing audio. See if it's something through an open tab and how StreamYard is grabbing audio. Now the echo went away when he turned the volume down, so. Yeah, it's just he needs a headset. All right, we gotta get a donation thing going for Father Fish and get him. Yeah, it was just that, so we just need to get you a headset.
Okay.
All right, let's get on Amazon. Everybody, get on Amazon and find one, a good one with a long cord.
I use one that's about $20 that does pretty good.
Well, I've had 6 or 8 of them for $20, and they're pretty good for a month or two. And then they're not good anymore.
The wires, sometimes the wires you got to solder them back on in the little control thing they got on the wire.
I got a bunch of them. I got one right here. I'm perching the camera on.
You know what? I've got some. Now wait a second. Are you using the microphone that's built into the camera, or are you using that microphone on the desk?
No, the microphone on the desk is disconnected. I'm using the microphone in the camera.
Well, you should be using that other microphone.
Well,
it probably has better noise suppression.
Yeah, but it's not. Well, actually, it doesn't. Curiously, I was getting complaints about it, so I quit using it. But we were talking about headsets, not microphones.
Well, it's either one or the other.
Yeah, well, I can't tell the difference half the time. My brain doesn't work. Brain doesn't work very well.
So on the fish note, did I tell you another one of those Dwarf Gouramis died on me?
Why am I not surprised?
Mm-hmm. Well, on the live stream, we're looking at your Discord kind of not full screen, just so you know.
Right. I just got rid of it.
So now I've got 2 left. We'll see how long they last.
Yeah, pretty soon you won't have any left, and then you won't have to worry about it anymore.
Then I can get some fish that'll
get some Pearl Gouramis. Pearl Gouramis will hold up.
Did you have a look at what is his name? The guy what is so bad? I keep thinking of his screen name on here, and I don't want to say that.
Saltwater guy?
Something Creek Aquatics.
Silver Creek.
Silver. I kept thinking South because he's in Texas, but Silver Creek Aquatics. He's got some pretty cool things that we added to the live stream.
He does. Yeah, I did see that.
And he moves them around, so that's a pretty.
So we can't hear her.
Hello?
Hello. We got.
There she is.
I'm trying to figure out where hold on. I don't even know if I'm like what I look like. Where is?
Well, you look like a bearded dragon right now.
Like I what?
You look like a bearded dragon right now.
You look like a dog right now.
It's a bearded dragon with a broccoli on her nose.
I see. I thought it was a frog. Kevin! There's Kevin from Germany.
Give me a
That's
second.
not
I'm trying to.
Kevin.
This is the first
I'm
time I'm
thinking
using
about Mike
this.
from Germany.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I just got to figure out how to get on video. Stop laughing at me. I don't know.
I just keep thinking that we never work out the bug before the live stream starts.
Is the live stream starting right now? Oh dear
Oh,
Lord.
it's been up for half an hour.
Well,
Oh,
the first
good.
15 minutes, Father Fish was muted, so don't worry.
I said 7.
Hold on. I gotta make sure. I gotta talk to my kid and make sure that she knows what she's doing. Give me a second.
What's going on, guys?
How's it going?
Kevin,
Pretty good. Just hey, Father Fish, I'm capping my dirt here.
all right. With what?
Red flint sand.
Oh, that's good
Nice.
stuff.
All right, I'm back. Let's see what I can do with this darn thing. All right.
I think you're coming up.
All right. I think I'm up.
Gotcha.
I need to know what camera I'm using.
Kevin, can you those turtles are not babies.
Oh no! Those are the three. Oh no! Those are the 3 adult turtles, not adults. Well, I know at least 2 of them are male, and
Well, they're
that they definitely no, 2 of them definitely fathered a bunch of hatchlings. But yeah, no, I ended up putting them in my 75, which thereupon they proceeded to eat all of my
Destroyed everything, right.
my Sagittarius.
That's what they do. You know where you keep turtles? You keep them in a bucket. Kevin,
Oh,
what you got there? Here
let
we
me
go.
let me work on the lighting here. Hello.
Kevin is.
Hey Kevin. I hear you got a new. Okay, so first of all, I've been out of it. Second of all, you've been texting me about some really awesome new projects you've been working on, which is cool.
Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, is that what you're working on right now? That new aquarium?
Yeah, 16-gallon water box that I've been wanting to use for so long.
And
It's an old brick oven. My house was
Oh, you're
built.
kidding!
That's cool.
No, it's in my kitchen.
That's awesome.
No.
So
Yeah.
you
So
got,
Those
you
metal
got
bars
that metal
now.
tab off the side.
Yeah, I had 3 tabs here that I had to make clearance for. So I took like a hammer and a chisel and chiseled both sides so I could slide this tank in.
Nice.
Nice.
Wow. Not the first time somebody's altered their home just to fit a tank.
Then I kind of cleaned the brick with like Dawn dish soap and hot water because I was gonna prime it and paint it black. But I kind of like the natural
Yeah, I
look.
do
The
too.
background, the way it is. Well, if you do prime it and paint it black, the fish and everything will show up really clear. But on the other hand, I don't know. I mean,
I like it.
Right.
it looks nice.
I always thought if I wanted to do a black background, I could make like a fake wall and paint it.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
A lot of that in there, huh?
Because the only other bad thing is I don't have an outlet up there, obviously, because it's an oven. But so I got to rearrange these cords so it looks a little nicer.
You know, they have, and you can look for it on Amazon. They have cord hiders that you can actually custom, like you can cut it up and like kind of connect it. Yeah. You can kind of fit it in like this. It's almost like a small, you fit the cords in this small square tube, and whereupon you can, kind of paint it any color you want, or like pick a color you want. And it sort of blends in with the background. So it doesn't look as ugly.
No, just black bars on the wall.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's
cool.
very
I like
convenient
that.
around Christmas time when you're trying to hide all the strands of lights.
Yeah, so I'm pretty excited here. I'm gonna do at least 2 inches.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
2 inches will give you
Sand. He's capping his turn.
Right, okay, at least 2 inches.
And then I'm gonna let it run. I'm gonna put I have a aqua clear 50 on one of my 20 longs that I'm gonna throw on here because I also have a sponge filter on that tank. So then the sponge filter will just run that tank.
Right.
And then I'm gonna I have like 6 rice fish that I'm gonna throw on here.
Pretty.
Wait, so
that'd be
Kevin, you're in
nice,
Germany
yeah.
then? Are you the one that was in Germany that you said?
No, that's.
I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, you don't really sound like you're in
I was
Germany and you're
talking
having
about
way too
Scott.
good.
Far.
I confuse Scott and Kevin. I do it all the time.
Yeah, the
Scott
two look really similar.
Stankovic is in Germany.
Did you get snow?
Scott,
Kevin?
yeah. What's that?
Did you get snow? What was it, yesterday or something?
We did in the northern part of Wisconsin. I'm more southeastern.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. So the less cheesy
No snow yet, but the lows are like this week. The lows are like 32 at night.
Yeah, I'm just on the other side of the lake. I'm like close to South Haven. I'm not sure if you're or Kalamazoo, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Okay.
Wait, there's an actual place called Kalamazoo.
Mm-hmm.
There is. It's about 20 minutes from me.
Next, you're going to tell me that there actually really is a place in Egypt called.
I seen a mural somewhere that said there really is a Kalamazoo or whatever. So I don't know the references behind that, but
Yeah.
that's something that gets talked about a lot here.
All right. So my daughter just handed me the largest of the 2 hatchlings.
Aw.
The 5.
Of the 5 hatchlings, this is the large. Well, technically this isn't a hatchling; it's just a baby.
She's a year old.
Right. Let's.
About her.
How do you know she's a year old? How do you know?
I found her in 7th grade, late 7th grade.
I don't know, honey. There was a lot of turtles in there. So
I found her late 7th grade with her sister
right,
Phoenix.
these things are. All right, focus. Yes, red-eared slider. This is the largest of the babies. We're still working on it. Honestly, she would be happier right back here, but I've got to figure out what to do with these 3 monsters. I know at least 2 of them are potentially dads. I
What
have a
size is
kitty.
that?
This is a 75, and they're too big. Even one of them's too big for this.
What are they,
Yep.
6 inches?
Oh dear
Kevin,
Lord.
could
No,
you
you're
just
good.
They're between 6 and 8.
sideways?
We'll get the
Okay,
hatchling.
so
They're
you
only
need to
6
put
to
them
8.
in something
What's
that
that?
has a diameter of no less than 8 inches,
What?
like a bucket. Put them in a
Why would I put them in a bucket? That sounds, inhumane and cruel.
to get them out of your fish tank.
This is a girl.
Kevin, can you turn your camera sideways? It's forcing everybody into a little thing on the live stream.
Oh, sure. Hang on.
All right, hold on, Kevin. This is a hatchling. This is the size, literally a little bit. This is the size of a $50.
Or a big quarter.
Wow.
Oh, that's better. You're still the main.
Sorry.
Father Fish, that's on you. You gotta hit the button on your side now.
I have no idea. I'm just like on this Discord and it looks like I'm green. All right.
They're tiny.
Yeah. Or like,
That's
that's
itty bitty.
not. Yeah, this is like just a little bit larger than a quarter. And there's 4 of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is. They would all fit in there, but I've got to figure out what to do with the monsters. Okay, kiddo, bye. Bye bye.
I want to say they got starting at 120 gallon water troughs at Tractor Supply. If you got something similar to that where you're at.
I live in a condo. I've got a kiddie pool, but
Kiddie pool will work. That'll work perfectly. You can get
They really will.
I just have to
They don't need
get
much
it.
water.
you got a 40-gallon tub from Lowe's for $15.
okay.
That's all
And
you
I
It
need.
says I say embrace the fireplace theme, red plants and fire background. There it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Make sure if you want red plants though, man, you make sure you got that high light along with all the other natural stuff. Forget the CO2 system. You don't need that for red plants.
Yeah,
Just make sure you got really strong light and a deep
order of
substrate.
plants in. So I think I'll get some
I'm
red
gonna-
plants.
I need to, one second. I need to show you what my Luigia look like now. One of many, and I don't know what to do with them. They're so big. Hold on.
turtles always look cool in an aquarium, but they seem like they'd be a huge pain.
Yeah, they're phenomenally destructive.
Yeah, that's
But
what
they
I
are
figured.
cool.
They make big messes.
Yeah.
I've
They
got
are
little
huge
ones.
pains. They're a horrible pain. I think they're adorable, but I didn't want them because, like, originally because they eat all my plants.
I was gonna say they try to rip them all out.
They'll eat all
And
the
then they
fish.
have the audacity to. But you know what's funny is that my husband said that he likes the idea of a turtle better than anything else. In fact, he loves it. And I'm like, there's no such thing as low maintenance when it comes to a red-eared slider. No, I
That's
mean,
true.
I literally have to, like, I literally have to change the water. I don't care how many plants you have in there. I'd have to change the water every day.
We are put a. What do you got there? Ludwigia?
Luigia. Let's see here.
Yeah,
Nice
that's,
good root
that looks
system.
healthy.
Very healthy. And
Nice.
I've got like at least 20 of these all around the same length.
Huh. I
I took them out of the 75
I
before I
needed
put it.
some this morning for a
What?
customer in Arizona.
Oh. Now these are the red kinds, so they have like, if you put them under high light and with the deep substrate system, they've got the red undertones.
Wait,
I don't know what to do with them. They were in my 75.
get the turtles out of there.
I've got fish in there. I don't know. I'm crazy.
I agree.
So when are we getting a camera going on your aquarium with your turtles?
God, they're not supposed to be in there for long term. My kids go to a middle school, and that's where these turtles came from. They have this sad-looking turtle pond, and apparently, well, my condo does. Apparently, having a fish room at home isn't good enough. I need to now go have a fish room over at the middle school. So, we're in the process of building a huge. It's going to be a 19 by 15 turtle pond. The pump system alone is 5,300 gallons per hour. What?
19 feet.
Yeah. No, 15 by 19 feet. Yes.
Right.
Did I say something different?
So we need to put a camera on that.
It's a mess right now, but the flex tubing is going to be at least 3 inches just in diameter. So I mean that's going to be pushing a lot of water around. So hopefully it will be enough for those turtles. But yeah. In the meantime, there's no place to go because we drained the pond, and the science teacher was like, "Oh, I'll just put them in to a 55-gallon tank, all of them." It didn't last a day.
Well, you
Dude,
gotta
you
get
gotta.
over feeling sorry for turtles.
What? Look at this face.
What?
I mean, how can you say no to this face?
Easy. Real easy.
What? No.
After you've been through thousands of them, it doesn't really matter anymore.
Why do I feel you've taken a walk down? How do I put it this way without getting in trouble? Why do I feel like you've gone through Chinatown and all of a sudden had a bite to eat and go, okay, now I am the apex predator?
Right, exactly. I like turtle soup.
Yeah. There is a Chinatown here in Houston, and
Right,
I have
closer.
been through it. And they sell, there's eels, there's frogs, and there's, looks like these mud turtles, and they are not, they're not sold as pets, and they're all living.
That's cool. What kind of
It is.
frog?
Well, it's probably a bullfrog. They're massive,
Mm-hmm.
which they
There's a
can't be.
South
I mean, like,
American. There's a
What?
South American bullfrog that gets 2 feet long. That'd
I
be
have
worth
to find
it.
that picture. I have to find that picture, but my daughter, this is when the early days when we first discovered that my son was going blind. We were hiking in some sort of wooded, muddy area, and my daughter literally found she grabbed it too. I swear to God, it was from head to toe. It was about 2.5 feet, bullfrog.
He's clicking around on Discord.
He's playing around. So are we for seriously live? I haven't checked anything.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'm watching the stream. We got an echo situation that we haven't resolved, so we spent the first 15 minutes trying to get Father Fish unmuted, and then once we got that going, then we ended up with the echo. So,
Well, I mean, do we have an echo on somebody else? Because I would deal with this because I don't want to deal with
I've
you.
got to get a set of headphones.
we suspect that it's his speaker is blown into his microphone, but at some point here, I'll log in and double check.
Okay. Well, as long as people can hear us on YouTube, see, that's a bigger deal than visual.
Dirted Doug says Father Fish is the only one that sounds good on YouTube. Everyone else echoes.
Dang it! Okay. Hold on.
Huh.
Dang.
Well, that sucks.
Well,
Grammatical
that's
says the echo is less.
okay. I've got a pretty decent speaker and a camera.
No, the echo is because Discord is outputting his speakers
Mhm.
and coming in through his microphone at the same time.
And if I cut the output, well, I just managed to do something. I don't know what I did. What did I do now?
His part in the
He's the glue. We can't do this, but it's really important that everybody
Have good audio.
Yeah, it's a bigger deal than visual. By the way,
Yeah.
Josh, long time no talk. How are you?
Doing
So
pretty
the goal-
good. It's been a little bit.
Yeah, it has. You should be home showing off that aquarium.
The kids, I got the kids out of the corn maze. They're trying to find their way right now.
Oh.
It looks like
I'm gonna have to cut out here.
Civil War reenactment out there. Show us the other side.
Yeah, let's see the other side. Let's see the real side. And
I fixed it.
what is that? Is that seriously a Civil War? I thought you were kidding.
No, I'm out of the corn maze. They got the fires going for the people so they can roast their marshmallows and hot dogs and stuff.
Are you serious? I've always wanted to go to a Civil War reenactment. I really, really want to.
No, it's a corn maze. It's not a Civil War thing.
So wait, what you're saying is you want to run around shooting at people without actually shooting people?
Well, yeah, but actually using my body, not simulations on a TV.
They got those out in middle East Tennessee, if I'm not mistaken, out towards Pickwick.
A girl's got to get her steps in, and there's only so much Call of Duty can do. Although they do have pretty cool toys on there.
So we need to get on Amazon and find Father Fish a good set of headphones, and not these cheap knockoff ones. We need to find him some good headphones.
I remember when I was first doing this, I went through probably about 3 or 4, and that until I figured out that most reviews on Amazon are fake.
I've got a good set of Sony ones that I bought somewhere If I can find them, I'll send them to you.
Logitech actually is a pretty decent, within a pretty decent price range, and they have, they've got a, I mean, my camera, which also has speakers on it, they actually have, they actually have a better speaker system than the one I bought off Amazon because it deteriorates pretty quickly. So
I
that's,
found that they have the 3.5 millimeter jack for like plugging into a soundboard or something.
yeah.
Those headphones always have a long cord, and they seem to be better quality than the cheap little ones, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Man. Well, you know, Father Fish has is now officially on my family account, so you can literally go into Best Buy and talk to one of the geeks there, and he can make some recommendations within a certain price range. Just letting you know.
I know we need to get them a better computer for streaming too, so we're gonna have to shake everybody down to chip in pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but you're gonna have to find a different Cash App than PayPal. I've deleted my account. I'm sorry. But completely unrelated to political purposes.
Father Fish and I've already had this discussion. You know, they treat me pretty well, so I let it ride, but they did backpedal on all that stuff that they were talking about. So
Yeah, that's only because they got caught. That's half of it. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, you get caught. Oh, well, in that case, we're
Yeah.
sorry. Well, I mean, there's other options. There's Venmo, there's Cash App. I do Zelle all day long because it's connected to my bank, which is also probably an
Somebody,
evil
no,
corporation.
it's not. Somebody said that PayPal owns Zelle, and I checked it. That's not true.
No.
Zelle is owned by a consortium of big banks.
Yeah, Zelle is a bank
created.
app.
Well, that sounds pretty evil. Big banks.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty bad.
Bank of
Yeah.
America,
Disagree.
right, among them.
Hey, when I was, oh God, how old was I? I was in Canada. My father fell into a coma in Houston, so I kind of half hitchhike, half bus down here with like pretty much the skin off my back. And then I did have these, what did they used to have? My grandmother used to send them to me every year. Like, they're not stocks, but I don't think they have them anymore. Where, you know, like it's a certificate that you can buy and you can send to your family members, and it's like government issued over time.
Like a bond?
Yeah, a bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all I had was these bonds, and my dad's in the hospital. I'm trying to figure out what to do with these bonds because I need.
Cash them in, yeah.
Yeah, right. So I go
Take
to
them to
Wells
the post
Fargo.
office.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that. And I'm, you know, I don't have a car. I'm just basically going, you know, within walking distance of the hospital. And I go into a Wells Fargo bank, and I'm like talking to the teller and eventually the manager for, I guess it was like an hour, but I had time to kill. And they eventually accept, because they wouldn't accept any form of my Canadian ID in order to cash these bonds. Like, I'm showing them government issued ID after government issued ID, and they're not accepting any of them. And they wouldn't even accept my passport, which was the oddest thing. But, yeah, eventually, you're gonna love this. They accepted my Amex. Not Amex. It's basically it's a photo ID that that the train service in Canada has. So it's not even a government issued ID. They just said, "Oh, we'll use that." So, well, ever since then, I like Wells Fargo, and they've been evil, and you know.
I was gonna say that's scary. That's scarier than PayPal for me. You know, PayPal, they don't have any. The only tie that they have to my bank account, we use them for credit card processing for all of our transactions and for our auto pay stuff. But that's it. The money doesn't really sit in PayPal, and they give us working capital, which is cool. They send us a thing like a couple times a year, and they're like, "Hey, you want to borrow money against?" And they take a percentage of our transactions, so we don't. They'll just dump money into our account and take 20% or whatever plus $100 fee. So PayPal's been good to me. I've had them for like.
At least it's not $250. Sorry, $2,500 fee. But
Yeah,
I don't know. After this conversation,
Pretty ridiculous thing.
after this conversation here, though, you might want to check your account.
$2,500 penalty taken out of your bank for making a political comment that they disagree with.
Oh, it doesn't have to be a political comment. It could be comment. It could be, I don't believe that water changes are necessary.
Flat Earth. Right.
It could be, let's see here, what gets us in trouble with the mainstream fish community? I'm telling you, man.
There you go.
Yeah. Be like, oh, putting outdoors into your aquarium is a great idea. Oh no, I get fined $2,500.
Come straight that log from the woods in there.
The what? I'm sorry, say again?
I just said that Kevin says he's on YouTube now, so he's working on getting that tank put together. But that means he's listening, so we got to remind him that once he gets it set up, he's got to get a camera going so that we can keep an eye out for him.
Okay. All right. We'll get right on that. Oh,
Okay, don't use PayPal.
Yeah, don't use PayPal. Oh, Zelle. I'll figure it out. I mean, it's not like I was really using PayPal anyway. I'll figure something.
I see my kids in the distance and like to hop off here.
Okay. Yeah. See you later, Josh.
Y'all take it easy.
You too.
Bye, Josh.
All right. So I feel a little bit better. I've been sick the last couple of weeks. I had no idea how sick I was until I went to the doctor, and she was like, "Here's some antibiotics," and all of a sudden my energy came back. So.
Sucks when that happens. That happened before. They're like, "Oh, how are you walking around?"
Yeah, I got to the place where I wasn't walking around anymore.
Yeah, we call that a place of deep denial.
It was that.
When you're so
Under
sick
the
to the point.
denial. Right. Like 20 feet under.
Gosh. I hope not. I absolutely hope not. Yeah, so I've got some feeder fish today for these turtles, and so far they haven't caught any of them. I asked for the slowest ones.
This is really dreadful.
This is
It really
awful.
is dreadful.
These are not.
Are you
She had the
documenting
most
this so that we can look back on them?
We're walking in a
spectacular
hot
tank.
mess and it's behind me.
And now it's a glorified mud hole.
It is. It's awful. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love the hardscape. The hardscape is great, but and my nubiuses are okay. My nubiuses are fine. All they're doing is just like moving past it. They're not interested. I had 2 crypts in there. I'd taken out most of my crypts. I had 2 crypts in there. They went for those first.
Well, they'll get to them. When there's nothing else better, they'll get to them.
Oh, that's comforting. Yeah.
Well, it's just like my dwarf gourami, he let me know that there's no point in keeping those.
I did have, I had 2 dwarf gouramis it was in the 55 before I replaced it with the 75. And they came to a sort of truce. One of them was definitely more aggressive than the other, but I just, after.
Did they die?
No, I ended up taking him to, there's this pet store that is run by a gentleman that's 1 million years old. He's totally not fatherfish at all. He doesn't believe in the deep substrate system, but seriously, his tanks are awful. I won't buy any fish there, but he had some beautiful shrimp and plants, really, really nice, cheap plants. So I've taken fish to him over the last year, and he's given me store credit for which I always proceed to spend on plants. And I haven't been to his place in a while because now my plants keep growing. But I might have to.
The problem I have. Well, I have the opposite problem. So I had 4 of them for about I don't know, 2 or 3 months now. Anyways, one by one they keep dying, and slowly, and it's
Which
depressing. The dwarf gourami. I have some flame. Yeah, I have 2 flame tails. Well, I had 2 flame tails,
Uh-huh.
and then 2 of the like neon blue or whatever.
Yeah, the
But
powder blue.
yeah. So what I've learned is what I didn't realize from the get go is I only had one that would really eat properly. The rest of them were not eating. And those 3 have died, and I got another flame tail or red or whatever they call them different things. But anyways, those 2 are eating regularly, and they're still alive. So I'm hoping that it just continues that way.
Isn't there like a Dwarf Gouramis disease?
I was reading about that. They said almost 80% of them they think have it. They said somebody else says that it's like 20%, but the community seems to think it's near 80%.
I don't know. Give us your 2 cents, Father Fish, about the dwarf. Have you heard of the Dwarf Gouramis? It's as a result of poor fish breeding.
Yeah, well, they've been a problem for at least 10 years. Before that, they were not a problem.
Really?
Guppies are another one. Imported guppies are really hard to keep alive. Now, if you can spawn them, if you can get babies, get rid of the parents, the babies will do fine because they're not carriers.
So then it leads you back to the same thing that they're saying. Tons and tons of inbreeding, weaken immune systems, and they can't survive.
Poor water
Yeah,
conditions.
that's exactly right.
I have amazing water conditions. How dare you? I have a dirted tank.
Well,
I'm just saying in general.
The problem is we've reached the point where all of the most popular fish have been bred same strain with no introduction of wild genetics for about 50 years. That's literally hundreds of generations of fish that have been bred son to daughter, father to daughter, father to mother, mother to son, for hundreds of generations. You can't do that with anything and expect it to be stable. But that's what's happening.
I think they tried that in the UK, didn't they?
Tried what?
Yeah, I was kidding.
Yeah, right. Barricade border.
You're quick, man. You're quick. What you're basically saying, Luke, is that because your water conditions are pristine and you've got lovely tanks, that you just gave them a wonderful end of life.
I did. It's only depressing because they have such personality. They console the ones that are dying. They're over there touching them and feeling bad for them.
Are you sure that's what they're doing and not helping them?
I don't know. They go over there and they put their little whatever you call on them and check in on them periodically, and it's depressing.
They're
The Guppies are just ready to eat
the
them.
level of decomposition.
They're checking the level of decomposition. Well, that could be. The Guppies are very obvious about it. So it's funny. It's kind of messed up, but one of the Guppies was nipping at the one after it died before I grabbed it out of the tank. And, anyways, now it nips at the ones that are alive because it's this is great. I just wanted sushi. So, but it's funny because if you look at the stream, there's a blue betta in there, a real dark blue, and she chases them away every time they go after the gourami. So.
Wait, you're able to keep a betta with the gouramis?
Yeah, no problem. They're all nice and friendly. That's why
Is it a female betta?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But it's interesting because everybody else is saying that They fight each other. They've all been super cool. And I bought another one.
How big's that tank?
Not big enough. Big enough to have pristine water, though.
Okay.
It's only a 10-gallon. There's
A 10-gallon?
There's 2 guppies in it. There's 1 female betta, and there's 2 dwarf gourami in it right now. Don't you look at the live stream? They're doing great.
Okay, look, I have been out of it for the last month, it feels like. You don't even want to know. Let me put it this way. I've just been a little, I've been a little overwhelmed.
It's only been 7 days. No worries. I'm just,
But, I want to know. They're fine.
They're fine. I mean, it's, you know.
Two to get along in a 55. Much
Really?
like, yeah, much. I mean, they had like an awkward piece, but then I threw a beta in there, and I just felt like they weren't happy.
See, they like you, but I didn't introduce them all at the same time. So I got 2 of the flame tail, 2 of the powder blue.
Doesn't matter.
Put them in together. They were fine. They picked their corners of the tank. Then I added 2 guppies that were with the female betta before that. They didn't care. They're really slow runners. They're goofy. They don't care. And I kept the betta separate because we were worried about her fighting possibly with them. And then I was like, nah, her tank's way too small. Let's just throw her in there. I think she'll be fine. She loves them. She rubs up against them all the time. Like, they're just living the dream over there. So it works. But they're cool. I don't know. They're all super cool.
Wow. I was not expecting that.
And I have 3 Amano shrimp in there too. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know nothing.
Oh, the Amano shrimp are like tank boss, man. They. Okay, so I really want to show you guys this. I actually discovered this at Petco today. So whenever I go into one of the big box stores, I end up talking to the employees. Now, PetSmart hates me, but Petco, they just like, they just start like eating up what, like some of the things I say. I don't know. I mean, this guy had been working at Petco for like 2 weeks, and I'm showing him the difference between, they had a display that had a mono shrimp in there. I'm like, that's not a mono shrimp. That's an American whisker shrimp. That's not even a ghost shrimp. And I'm showing him the differences on the internet. Like, this is a ghost versus whisker versus a mono. And also, this is a neocaridina, but it's not, you know. And then they had the ghost shrimp or a mono shrimp in with what they call the rainbow shrimp, which is basically neocaridina of different colors. And the guy was like, I just don't understand why they keep disappearing. And I'm like, you've got American whisker shrimp in there. They eat those things.
Wow.
It's like, oh, well, I guess that's why there's no colorful ones left. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, the ones that are left are ones that blend a little better. Like, oh.
That's an expensive way to feed them.
You think? But I was in the, I don't know, I'm just like looking along the display. Maybe I've been out of it. Did you know that, you know, the glow-in-the-dark fish? They have glow-in-the-dark Corydoras. No, I seriously, I saw one. Yeah,
Really?
I'm guessing it was bright yellow. I'm really hoping that
glowfish.
the what?
Aeneas, AENUS.
What's AENUS?
Species. That's the most common species.
I'm thinking, I don't know, it just reminds me of the albino Corydoras or like the white Corydoras.
Same species, right.
Yeah, so I figured that'd be the easiest one to put in the jellyfish gene because, you know, the pigmentation's already there. But I was trying to email it to myself so I could show it on the computer, but I don't think I can. So maybe just do this. But that it's hard to see, but that's a glow-in-the-dark Corydora. Does that look like a Corydora?
Okay.
So what is a Corydora? Is that like a little bottom feeder type thing?
Yeah.
Well, no, they go up and down
Yeah,
some.
it's a catfish.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Yeah. So
Big meat.
okay.
A very tiny cat. There are hundreds of species of them. South
Yeah.
America.
Very cute. But this is a bright yellow Corridora. Like bright yellow, like.
We have two of those in a little tank. Well, two, it looks like that, but they're not glow in the dark. They're just like really white.
Yeah.
They're pretty cool. They scurry along, like they kind of hang out at the bottom together. And then as soon as there's food, they just like go nuts all over the place.
They're pretty cute. Hold on, let me see if I okay, that's not gonna work. I'm like trying to upload it into my thing. Can I share my screen? Oh, I can share my screen. Oh, this will be interesting. How do I do that? I'm gonna share my screen. Let's just make sure. Yeah. See, yeah, I know exactly. Look, Fatherfish. Like, they're like, when did this happen?
That looks like what we have, like the albino ones or whatever. Their eyes are red.
Right.
They're not glowfish ones though that I have.
That's a glowfish. That one's not. That's an albino.
There's a single. So if I look like I'm crazy and I'm just like swiping and stuff, there's a gnat flying past me every once in a while.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try to share. I'm gonna try to share my screen and see if it works. So pray for me, y'all. And go live. And here we go. It's streaming. Still running.
Oh, you uploaded the video.
I did. Because it's pretty to save your resources. Let's see here.
Okay, so I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, your screen is still running.
Oh, okay, so you gotta click watch stream. There you go.
Okay, is it there? We're good?
Yeah, he's doing it. Yep.
All right. Okay, so you. Oh.
Because they took one of the white Corridoras and they managed to,
That thing's like crazy bright. It looks like somebody just took a highlighter jet.
Corridora, that's for sure.
Well, that's different.
Yeah. So did you guys get that, or is I'm just experimenting? So.
No, yeah, we can see it.
All right.
They
So,
haven't
all
done
right.
Guppies yet. And do you know why? Why have they not done Guppies?
Why? They're so colorful to begin with.
Why are they unable to do Guppies?
They're not able?
Right. Why is that?
I'm a feeling you're going to tell us.
I'm prepared to.
And go.
So, it's because live bearers are inseminated internally, which means they would have to go into the fish's belly and release the gene within 2 hours of the egg in the guppy being fertilized.
Oh.
Sounds like a lot of work.
Can't be done. It's technically impossible to do.
Yeah. So I got 6 blonde endlers for my patio pond. They're nice and yellow. And technically the plan is that I breed enough of them. I'm going to put them into the future turtle pond because everything I'm doing is just so you know.
The future turtle.
My husband thinks that everything I'm doing is going to be out of this house and going to the future turtle pond at the kids' school.
Well, that's why he's giving his blessing on that.
Yeah, you got to realize though, she's got buckets and jars of mud and dish pans and little tanks and mason jars.
It's tough on a marriage, okay?
Here's a simple question about turtle pond. What do you like? A fish tank or an aquarium, you get to see. The pond, you just see the water and the plants growing on top. Do you really see the turtles unless you feed them?
And no, there's no reason to feed them. There's going to be places for them to hang out on the logs and, in hardscape for them to sunbathe on.
A reason for them to come out where you can see them.
Yeah, and actually
You're
they're
gonna have
all
to put goldfish in it.
Well, there's goldfish, but also there's a reason why I did blonde endlers, because they're bright yellow.
Yeah, but they're also half an inch long.
True. I guess we will. You know what I really want to do is, and it's never going to work for that, but there is a, yes, but it's a specific type of goldfish. So there's this guy on YouTube called Luke's Goldies, and for like a short while there, I followed him because he had this pearl scale goldfish that he called Little Dumpy,
Right.
who ended up dying. And after that, I mean, I just kind of, you know.
This guy sounds like an imposter. I'm the only Luke here.
Anything that's slow swimming, turtles love.
Well, that's the thing is about the pearl scale, they look like a little golf ball, and they're terrible at swimming. They're like it's basically a
Turtles love them.
yeah, no kidding. But I thought those.
So Father Fish isn't co-signing on this turtle one, is what I'm hearing.
He's not co-signing on the pearl scale goldfish.
Common straight-tailed goldfish. No fantails. No fancies, nothing. Just straight comets.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like the 25-cent ones that I bought that these things aren't getting eaten, that I don't know what to do with now?
Precisely.
Yeah, well, the guy that I bought them from, I was like, give me the ones that are the slowest, and then give me the ones that are not that, you know, because I have my you know, tender. You think I'm bad with like turtles and, you know, not just being very compassionate about animals. My daughter's 10 times worse. So, and I'm like pointing at my daughter, like, give me ones that she won't think are pretty.
Yeah.
And
the problem is they're not going to get eaten, and they're going to wind up in the pond, and you will have managed to put in your pond the ugliest fish you can find.
Well, you never know. Maybe I'll put them in a small, you know, kiddie pool for about, you know, 5 minutes with a couple of large turtles and see what happens.
All right. Since I'm new to the party here, I just thought of a question. How long has that 75-gallon tank been going behind you? I was looking at the dirt, so I'm thinking like that's been going for a minute, right?
Yeah, we didn't. No, I had the 55. I did a 55 at Thanksgiving. That was my first tank ever. And do you remember when I first came on your channel? I think it was a Friday night. Do you remember that? Like, what was it? January, February?
Yeah, it was February.
Yeah. So I had the 75 up and running for about 2 weeks. I had put in, I took a week of it was just to do the substrate and like, you know, kind of like, you know, do the father fish system substrate, but it was like, you know, layers and layers. And then, you know, doing the hardscape as well. I could literally take a week on doing hardscape. So, but it had only been holding water for about a week. And everything that Father Fish had said, he was like, you can put in stuff right away. But I'm like, you know, the scientist in me is still testing the water. And even though I had a ton of plants in there, I still had trace amounts of ammonia and trace amounts of nitrites. And so I had already put in organics. So I had put in scuds. I'd put in blackworms. I'd put in a ton of microfauna and like humus, and which you couldn't see. It was in the back, but also like, you know, just like little microorganisms, green water stuff. So we're talking copepods. What do you call those little rhizomes? Yeah, dude. I mean, we're talking like I don't know. I mean, I think what I was trying to do is grow an ecosystem, right?
Right.
And so, you know, I was kind of doing the classic, you start small and you go bigger, kind of like the idea of evolution, which might be. But my point is that unless you read it out of a textbook, then it makes perfect sense. But, But my point is that it had been going, and it still had trace amounts. And I was talking with Father Fish. I'm like, what do I like? That's when I came on, and I'm showing him it's got like tons of plants in it, and like, and he's like, oh, well, you should put in fish. I'm like, but I've still got trace amounts of ammonia and nitrite, like, and like hardly any nitrate. He's like, doesn't matter. I'm like, oh, well, now I have a problem. I don't know what to put in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the way
the best advice I've seen all the way around, and correct me if I'm wrong, is don't chase your parameters.
Yes. Well, that was the lesson I learned. And so I put in shrimp, and which it was interesting though, because for like practically an entire week, I was watching the scuds like play because they're nocturnal. They were playing all over the place because they had no natural predators. And I'm like going, well, these things are doing okay, but I don't care about scuds. So the very next day I put in like shrimp and like cherry shrimp and mono shrimp and like a whole bunch of nano fish, and they were perfectly fine, didn't lose a single one.
Right. Yeah. So one thing that I have to train myself, just like these fish dying here randomly, anything that happens, I have the desire to mess with the tank. I'm like, oh no, I have to fix this. Instead of just thinking like, it'll be okay. There'll either be more. If everything starts acting up, it's, an issue. But if I screw with everything, I'm more likely to do damage than whatever is wrong with that individual, fish. So, but it's so hard because I see them all the
your
time.
prize tank.
So how long have you had turtles in that tank?
A day. I woke up this morning and I woke up this morning and all of my Sagittarius was like, it looked like a really close mow. But the good thing is that the Sagittarius was actually still, like, the root system was so deep they didn't pull it out. It just looks like a really, really short grass.
So when did they come out of there?
At this rate, tomorrow.
Good deal.
They sell 5-gallon buckets for like less than $10.
I don't have 5-gallon buckets. That's not the point. The point is that I didn't realize first of all, I didn't realize how big they were, because I picked them up at the school yesterday when I picked up my kids. So, I'm walking in with buckets and I'm telling the teachers, hey, we're here to rescue turtles. And everyone's like, yay. And I'm like, no wonder nobody wants them.
Well, they're pretty big, so I would imagine that's dangerous for the water.
Yeah, like
overall.
Well, this morning
get
I
one
saw.
of those. Get one of those 40-gallon tubs.
Mm-hmm.
No substrate, just bare bottom. Put them in it. Feed them once a week or less, and then you can do a water change a day or two after you feed them.
Just dump them in the bucket near the drain.
And they'll be fine. They'll be fine in there until you're ready to put them in the pond.
Yeah, the thing is this is a 75. These are red-eared sliders. I don't think the 75 is big enough for one of these.
You know how big red-eared
And how many are
sliders
in the
get?
aquarium at this point in time?
How big do they get?
They get bigger than this. Well, the females get larger. So again, I take on a new species, so I'm learning everything. Everybody
Like
look
that.
at Father Fish.
About that big.
Oh.
You're gonna need a bigger pond.
I told you,
The pond will be all right.
it's
The
a
pond will
15
work
by
fine.
19.
It's a big
15.
pond.
Yeah, it's a big pond. And, we did lose the big female. So I'm pretty sure all three of those are guys in there. So, I want to get, after the pond is built, not obviously now or ever, God. I want to get a nice large female for the big pond for the
No,
kids.
you don't. No, you don't want to do that.
Why? Because all of a sudden we'll get hatchlings like
No,
we do?
that's not why.
Why?
It's because you don't want a turtle that big in your pond. Or everything that you have carefully put in there will be thoroughly disrupted.
Oh yeah, I've got plans for. I've got 2 tiger lilies plants that the stalk on one, like one of the stalks is like this big. That's how thick and old they are.
I can get you turtles that don't get bigger than that full grown.
You know, I was looking into
like
that.
side
What kind
neck
of turtles?
turtles.
What?
Side neck turtles only get about that big. Mud turtles stay small. There are a lot of turtles that
I
stay
looked it up.
small.
I'm afraid that mud turtles are illegal to keep in Texas.
No, they're native.
Yeah, that's why. But mud
They're not
turtles are
illegal.
illegal.
They're native.
Yeah, anything native you're not allowed to keep, except for some reason. Luke, who are you talking to?
Red ears are native.
The what?
The
No,
red
actually,
ear is native.
believe it or not, they're not.
Yes, they are.
What?
They've been shipping them from Texas and Louisiana into Florida for the last 50 years. Florida has finally put a ban on them. Now that there's so many in Florida, that there's a
You almost made me
natural-
say something that would have got us kicked off of YouTube, probably.
Oh no, what happened? Or at least
It probably would have been
or
something YouTube wouldn't have appreciated.
or at least gotten me a fine by PayPal, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna get kicked off YouTube and fined $2,500 all in the same 30-minute period.
Well, if anybody can accomplish it.
And all this boils down to is it's the turtle's fault, you know?
Of course, it's the turtle's fault. Okay, okay. One of the most invasive species when introduced to an area outside its native habitat is the red-eared slider, and it is not from Texas. Where are they originally from? Oh, they are from Texas. San Antonio. No wonder. Dang it. It's a weird thing to come from San Antonio.
Did you just wait? Did you just fact check Father Fish?
I fact checked everybody except myself. Okay, yes, of course, myself.
Just kidding.
I fact check myself too. I'm like, wait a minute. Did I say something?
I love it. I do.
What?
I want to be fact checked.
Just kidding.
Do
What?
it.
Hey, I need to be fact checked. Otherwise, I can, I can get us kicked off of YouTube and fined $2,500 within a span of 30 minutes.
So anyway, for the reason that all of these red-eared sliders were brought into Florida was to release them to create breeding populations so that they can be harvested locally. So now, Department of Natural Resources has determined that because it's an invasive species, it cannot be sold, marketed, or otherwise collected
Oh my
locally.
God.
Oh
So
my
what are we
God.
left with? We're left with a burgeoning population that has no controls on it whatsoever.
So that pretty much sums up the U.S. government. Is that what you're saying?
No. That actually sums up the Canadian government, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm originally from Ontario, Ontario, Canada, and it's like a farming. It's like the farming area. Believe it or not, it isn't all winter all the time, but there's like a farming. Southern Ontario is very much farmland. And instead of using pesticides, they have tried different other things, including because they're like the evil pesticides, right? Which I'm not disagreeing with, but their solution to that, some of their solutions have included and not limited to other invasive species.
Right.
Such as
That's
Yeah, such as-
obviously the solution to every problem.
I know. It's like, why you? So, like, for example, and this was actually irritating. When I was a teenager, they introduced Chinese ladybugs.
Right.
The idea, the idea is
The one is
that.
it just that we are an invasive species here in Michigan now? Is that the one?
Yeah. That's actually, you can thank the
Thanks to
Canadian.
Canada.
Yeah, those are the ones that bite, by the way.
South Park has a song about Canada, right?
Yeah. You know what? When that came out, this is gonna date me, but I was a teenager, but barely. Yeah, barely a teenager. I was like just barely a teenager when that movie came out. And I was in Canada, and everybody just loved it. All of us loved it. We're like, yes.
Canadians love.
Yeah, they're like, finally, we get recognition.
There's no such thing as bad publicity, basically, right? Is that,
They're like, oh my God, people remembers us. People know that we exist.
Yeah, those ladybugs are a huge problem here. Find them in the windows and the air conditioners. Like, they're just everywhere.
You can thank the Canadian government for that.
Thank Canada.
Yeah. You
That and the price of maple syrup, right?
No, maple syrup's in Quebec. We don't have that in Ontario. Yeah. The Quebec keeps trying, every 10 years, keeps trying to separate from the rest of Canada. I have no idea why.
Well, Texas does that. California does that,
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember why Florida decided to import the cane toad. And out of
the cane toad?
Yeah, from Australia.
Yeah.
Cane toad. Hold on, I gotta go. You know about cane toad?
It had something to do with an invasive from Australia that was controlled in Australia by the cane toad.
So there was these rats, I think, that they brought in a toad or something. They introduced a toad in Australia, right? That just took over.
No. The cane toad is native to Australia.
Okay, so they introduced another species.
There were rats that came in off the ships, but I don't think it was the rat. Maybe it was. I don't think it was. It might have been. Oh, yes, it was. Because it was the sugar cane that was promoting rat culture. They were getting huge populations of rats in the cane fields.
Yes.
What do we do about this?
Let's bring in another invasive.
Australia solved it, which was, of course, not true. Australia did not solve its rat problem with cane toads. Cane toads exploded in population by feeding on rats. What happens when you get an explosion of cane toads?
Well, I know that
No more rats?
No, it's not just that. Like, there's other species that get forced out.
Birds, frogs, snakes, pet dogs, pet dogs. They're toxic.
Wait, because they're poisonous. Yeah, that's what my girlfriend was just saying. That she thinks they're poisonous. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, bring your girlfriend on. She apparently knows more than you.
What?
Yeah, are they cute? And
they're cute. That's the poison. You see the poison?
Oh my God, I see the secretion.
They get that big. They get huge. And they're slimy.
They're not
and
cute. They're deadly.
And if you touch them and touch anywhere on if you touch them and touch your eye, you'll go blind.
Okay, note to self. Gather a bunch of cane toads and release them in my ex's backyard. No, I'm kidding.
Wonderful solution.
My kids play back there. I'm never gonna do that. Hey, look, I just I do.
We're this close to getting father fish kicked off of YouTube.
Look, I do aggressive things. Just yeah, stuff like my ex went to Auburn University of Auburn in Alabama. So I buy my kids all University of Alabama Roll Tide T-shirts.
That is, what do they call that? Petty?
Not screaming at them or anything.
Oh, no. That's funny.
No,
Okay.
but we get along. It's just, you know, you gotta
We get along from a distance.
no. You know, what's funny is I do that kind of same thing to my, you know, to anybody around me. So maybe maybe I should just like not that. All right, so the cane toad, very cute. And how big do they get, Father Fish?
Very cute, very deadly.
They're
They get
adorable.
really big. They get the size. They get bigger than a softball, like grapefruit size.
So you're saying that if you've got a neighbor's dog that won't shut up,
Feed them put a cane toad in the yard.
Something about Bob's your uncle.
I'm just saying, there's oh man.
Have you ever heard that before, the Bob's your uncle thing?
I have, but I don't know what the context is.
Australians, I think. It's like I can't explain it. I had a couple drinks, so now it's just too far. But Google it and you'll see. It's pretty funny. And I was at a customer's, Friday, and he kept saying Bob's your uncle, and he works for this guy named Bob. It was really throwing me off. And then I finally asked him, and I was like, I know this isn't relevant for you guys. I'm sorry.
No, I think it's great.
Bob's your uncle is like a saying that they say, like, I have Google. Let me help myself.
Yeah, like, why are you telling me to Google this? I mean, you're just like my kids. My kids are like, oh, what's this? I'm going, I have no idea. Ask Google.
Well, this is the United Kingdom, but I've never heard this. This is a UK thing, but it says it's a phrase commonly used in the United Kingdom. And there it is, or there you have it. It's a done kind of thing, but it's just a saying that they say, like, after they explain something. They're like, oh, you just do this, and Bob's your uncle. It's done. It's really dumb. Yeah. Father Fish, have you heard this? You back me up on this.
The way we say it here is duh.
I don't know. I actually taught Father Fish a new acronym the other day, which I don't know. We shouldn't share with the class.
Another thing that would get us.
Oh, I like that one.
Yeah, oh, it's a great one.
I did that in text recently.
Okay, so the reason why I found out about this is through TikTok, of course. There's this person on there that identifies as a them, and they were complaining about those TERFs, TERF. And hold on, I have to look it up again. That the TERFs weren't very like they didn't really fall in line with what the Zem felt that was. Okay, so it's a. Come on.
Are you Googling this?
Yes, I am, because I can't remember. I know what it is.
See how hard it is when you put yourself on the spot?
I know, right? I know what it is, but I'm trying to do the exact acronym of it. Because essentially, it's a feminist that excludes the rights of transgender women from their advocacy of women's rights. So this person was complaining on TikTok how there was these TERFs who didn't agree with them going into women's sports or whatever. But it's trans something radical feminist or something. Trans exclusionary.
So all this sounds like Father Fish After Dark that needs to be on like Rumble or not on YouTube.
I know. I'm sorry. Well, it was on TikTok.
We're trying to build up Father Fish's channel.
Well, we are. I mean, think of all the controversy.
Oh my gosh, I know.
But
Well, you've seen Alex Jones just got fined, or what was that, $1 billion?
$1 billion.
That will get overturned. That will get overturned. That's
ridiculous.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't have $100,000 to his name, most likely.
He's very excited about it.
He's filed for bankruptcy.
Such ridiculous crap. Basically, they just don't like that he says what he wants.
Right, exactly.
So,
He's thrilled about it.
have you seen Alex Jones Aquarium though? He's got this massive.
Alex Jones is an aquarium?
I have no idea. If I was Alex Jones, I would put all my money into aquariums.
That's true. That way, because he went through a messy divorce. So if he had put all his money into aquariums.
Messy divorce. Can you imagine being married to Alex Jones?
He's
just like all wound up and screaming all the time. The government.
Okay, I got it.
Maybe she was a Chinese plant designed to like take half his money.
Was she that way?
I don't know.
I got a post. She gave me this turf thing, and I immediately got enthused, and I went over to Free Republic, and I posted this. In response to President Biden saying, I will continue to speak out for women and girls, I said the men in ladies' bathroom issue is more critical than its adherents realize. There is no more violent act short of physical rape that a man can do to a woman than to enter her privy. Trans use of ladies' bathrooms is so traumatic, so violent, so egregious that the most radical feminists label it TERF, trans-exclusive radical feminism. Support for trans use of female toilets demonstrates the most grievous contempt for the dignity and security of women. There simply is no more obvious way to belittle and hate women than this.
Yeah, we kind of got on that. Well, here's a practical example, okay? So you have a house and you're looking for roommates to rent out, and it can be two different types of. Luke, you're muted again.
I'm just relaying this to my girlfriend because you're not here, so I'm letting her know what I think about this.
So think like a 5-bedroom house, right? And you want to rent it out to a couple of roommates. If there is only one bathroom, you will not get a single female roommate. If it's a mixed, a mixed, it could be either men, women. Now, women will be a housemate with other guys, but they have to have their own bathroom. I have a hard time seeing any woman who's like in a platonic roommate situation with both girls and guys and not have their own bathroom. Prove me wrong.
So I only caught bits and pieces of that, but basically the gist of it was, I can't comment on this. I feel like I'm going to lose $1 billion.
My point is that it's very hard if you have a house, like a 3-bedroom house you want to rent out and you want to have like platonic roommate situation. I'm not talking about intimate relationship or like a little family home. I'm talking about like, maybe not, and somebody you don't even know very well. You're just like, through an app, screen a roommate. You're not going to have a single, there's not going to, any person that's advertising, like say a 3-bedroom house with a single bathroom and offering a roommate situation, it will be literally women swiping right or whatever the rejection one is. Nope, next.
Which, according to federal law, is unconstitutional.
What's unconstitutional?
According to federal law, you cannot differentiate facilities between male and female.
Well, see, I almost cussed and I had to hold it back.
Oh.
That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous.
Wait a minute, hold on. That's federal law, but you notice that we do have two distinct different bathrooms because that's what the market and the culture, believe it or not, the culture wants.
So
here's the issue. Here's the issue. The issue is that we are interrogating potential Supreme Court members and asking them to define what a woman is.
Oh yeah, no, we're
asking a woman to define what a woman is, and she can't do it.
Janine, honey, here.
So this is
which is the most grievous.
So the cool thing about the federal government is they don't have.
There's a cool thing.
This is you'll get it here in a second. They come to find out because I'll get to the point of where it's not so cool. It's cool for us. The federal government doesn't have a whole lot of leverage against us. What they do is they threaten to withhold federal funds from states that don't go along with their bull.
Stuff. Or like in the educational program.
So so it's cool because locally here, what we've done is if we don't agree with the federal government for some reason, we just don't take their money, and then we don't have to care what they think about anything because we'll find another way to fund the project.
They've taken the next step. They federalized, they politicized the FBI, which is now going into people's homes and arresting them for praying against abortion.
Wait. I have the perfect safeguard against the FBI invading your home. Just get your hands on Hunter Biden's laptop, keep it right at the front of the door. They'll never go anywhere near your house. I
choose violence.
I'm just saying. Get your hands on Jeffrey Epstein's client list. Keep it right at your front door, and the FBI will never go anywhere.
So Brian wants to know how transgenders have anything to do with fishing tanks plus more non-fish talk. So we're still trying to figure out the difference between these turtles.
I just might end it.
So all this started because the turtle should be in the 75-gallon tank.
Okay, fine. I'll do something else.
Things you do for a teenager that you love. Hi, Judy, don't give me your hand stink.
Yeah. I think most of the issue revolves around the federal government. Really, that's all it boils down to.
Oh no, we were talking about invasive species too.
The federal government.
Oh, and state government.
Well, and that was the issue 3 months ago. We were facing the possibility of the feds putting guppies, bettas, and mollies on a list of the only fish you can have.
How ridiculous was that?
It died, thank God.
Yeah. And it's stupid that all those riders get added to those bills, though.
Yeah, we call that pork, I think. Speaking of pork, I love bacon. Hold on, my teenager's wandering around looking for her phone, and she's using my phone to find it. So give me a second before.
I was just hoping they banned all the fish so that we could have a black market, fish sale and make some extra money.
I found more scarlet baddest babies. I've got probably in the hundreds now. So yeah, ban that right now. I'll make so much money. Oh my God, I'll make so much money. Give me a second. I gotta save my
That's how
teenager.
you get rich on paper. Raising fish.
So if anybody in the YouTube doesn't know about it, we've created a new website for Father Fish. It's called Father.Fish. There's not a whole lot going on there, but we created a store. He has plants for sale, soil supplement. What else do you got on there? Not too much yet, but we're adding stuff regularly.
Chlorine supplement. A few fish. Maybe there aren't any fish yet. We'll get it built up. I've got an order of plants going in this coming week, so we'll get another bunch of plants put in the list. Gonna do a lot of plants, and I'm gonna do a special deal. 10 mixed plants, my choice, guaranteed 5 species for $50.
Yeah, that's a good deal because so when we go to our local stores, for example, even Petco, I think it's Petco. I can't remember. I always get the two confused. But regardless, we have a PetSmart and a Petco, and I can't remember which one's which. We paid, I don't even remember what the plant was, but we paid like $20 for this little crappy bag, that's not labeled properly, has no price tag on it. We get to check out. I'm like, $20. I should have just ordered some from you, but that was a while ago. So the next aquarium that we do, I really want to do like a 55-gallon saltwater and like a 55-gallon freshwater and have them side by side basically. And maybe like black out in between because I was thinking about building it into, a long tank basically and blacking out the center. So
we need to get Love Pirate shipping. He's collecting on the Gulf Coast of Florida around Tampa, and he gets a lot of very cool stuff.
Fanaticals, you can get the soil supplement on the website right now. He's got it up there. It's Father.Fish, and just click on the store there, and that soil supplement is something that he's shipping out. People are ordering. So, how old is that bearded dragon? Oh, she probably can't hear you.
She's a COVID baby.
Aww. Bearded dragons are so cool.
Yeah, we got her about a month into COVID. Hold on, let me see. She's checking out her. She's like, what is this?
Father Fish just like jetted off. He's on break.
Okay, come on.
So, I don't know if can you hear me or no?
I can hear you just fine. I think.
So a girl I went to school with, there's a little saltwater aquarium store, and they have reptiles in the back. This is forever ago, and there was this bearded dragon that was missing its back legs, and I have no idea why. And she felt sorry for it and bought it. And then over the course of the next year, it lost all of its legs, and it was the craziest thing. She had it for like 2 years. The nicest thing. She had a little sling for it and stuff. It was.
Dragons last like they can last like they're about the same. They live as long as a cat. So,
really? Oh my gosh.
So this is the queen. I'm just gonna put her down. Well, she's just she's. Why am I? All of a sudden, I got really small. How did that work? I hit something.
You look the same size on the live stream.
Oh, good. I don't know what this is. Oh, okay. I hit a button. Oh, there's an empty chair.
Yeah, Father Fish ran away.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. I looked and he was gone.
Okay, so yeah, I forget what we were talking about. Ah. So how this I don't know. I mean, obviously I have to get rid of the turtles. Look, this darn thing's eating. Look, this thing over here is eating There goes my corkscrew.
You just need salt water, so you need to do both. You need to do both.
Do both, like brackish.
Salt water and fresh water.
I'm salt water. So if I do salt, you know what I do? You know what it is that I tend to focus. This is why this is killing me. It's like I'm not. It's not so much about the animals in the aquarium. It's about the plants and the ecosystem and the environment. So if I were to go to the salt water, I wouldn't focus on the animal so much as the corals.
You need to take a look at Discord at Love Pirates. He's got salt tanks that contain a huge variety of macroalgae, which are plants. And they are spectacular. And he collects them on the beach off Tampa Bay.
Really?
Really.
I need to go
He's
to
got
Florida.
buckets full of them.
Oh, see, that would
These are just so simple to maintain. I've never had an issue in corals. You know, like I know I've read a lot online about people doing all sorts of crazy things to get them to grow fast. But if you're not forcing growth on the corals, everything just takes care of itself. It's no different than the dirty tanks and stuff like that. They just maintain themselves. They, the amphipods feed everything. So
yeah, because I have read about, how it's just so much high maintenance and upkeep with corals. And you know what? I have a feeling that's the same way as people with plants and CO2 systems.
That's exactly right.
Okay.
you want to see something? I'll take you guys to my saltwater tank. Hold on.
See, why didn't you just take us there first?
Well, it's usually on the live stream, but right now I have it on the
All right,
fresh
on the
water.
live stream.
I just have to figure out how to turn it around here.
Apparently, my keyboard is very warm. So he's like, hey, what's up?
Look at that.
Back to this.
Oh my god! Coral there, Recordia mushroom there.
God, look at
Cabbage. And if you look in the center in the back, there's like rock anemone. There's a bubble tip anemone in the center on the left of where the clownfish is.
So he's got about
And,
4 or 5 different species of salt coral in there.
Oh, wow.
7 months or so.
That's been up.
And I do no water changes.
Lots of
Nothing.
coralline.
Are you able to breed stuff in there?
I haven't tried. This
Yeah, absolutely.
this goby rides on the clownfish. We were talking about that the other day. That little neon goby.
Why are they riding the fish? Look how beautiful calm yours is, and I've got cloudy water, and what the heck these things are.
And turtles.
You know what's really sad is my husband's like, oh, I think a turtle would be better. I'm like, no. Nanofish. Oh, we lost them.
I switched.
Or I lost something.
I'm too shaky.
Did we lose the live stream? Or am I the only one? Maybe I
No,
lost
you
myself.
froze. Can anyone hear me?
Yep.
Uh-oh. I think I got kicked off. Or is it live?
A supplement, so Fanatical is asking about a supplement in the UK.
This would be really bad if it's not.
There is in the garden supply, there's a product that's manufactured in Holland. You have to check the bags. I don't remember the name, but it contains many, if not most, of the items that I put in my supplement. Check with your garden supply department and try to find a supplement, potting soil, that contains a wide range of elements, and you'll get something close. I don't know of anything here in the States where they're trying to do that, but I know in Europe they have, particularly in Holland, and that should be available. You're not EU anymore, are you? Still, it ought to be imported.
Okay, I'm losing.
Take a train
No,
over.
we can see you again.
Okay, the problem is, I don't know, like I'm not even on Discord. I don't know, something's crazy going on with my computer.
Well, we can still see you, so that's
But I'm
the
looking
government.
online, I have no idea what you're looking at. See, my lizard decided to hang out on the keyboard, and so I don't know if she messed up something, but I can't seem to get it. But
She's surfing the internet.
yeah, not surfing, not much. I think when she started trying to eat your tried to eat your clownfish, and
Oh no!
she hit a key, and now I don't know what she did.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So I'm trying to convince Father Fish to drop ship aquariums with all the parts needed to put it together: instructions, plants, the tank, the soil, the whole nine. Where you could say,
Sell it all.
yes, I'm going to pay $300. Send me, whatever gallon tank with the stuff I need and tell me how to do it, kind of thing.
Buy bundles at Petco for about the same amount of money, and they suck.
But it wouldn't be, exactly. It wouldn't be a Father Fish tank, and it would just fall apart in 2 weeks, and everything would die.
Yeah, and then you find it on
I can do everything but the tank. I really can't. It's too expensive to ship tanks.
Yeah, they break too. You don't want to do
that. You gotta have them in a wooden box with special handling. They need to be shipped by a private carrier. You can't do them through the post office.
Yeah, I've seen most of the pet stores, the big chains or whatever, have bought and sell their own aquarium brand. So,
well, I mean but they don't not the mid-sized ones though. Hold on. Why? It's so darn cute. This lizard is adorable, but she's messing up my ability to see what's going on. Just keep talking, guys.
And move her.
But she looks so cute.
Pick her up and move her.
Super happy.
But she's flat as a pancake.
Pick her up and move her.
Okay, all right.
Bearded dragons and turtles are not on Father Fish's list of things that he appreciates.
I simply don't allow them to be in control.
Well, it's kind of okay. So did I?
Well, there you go. See, she's just as happy there. So.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I'm a sucker for cute things. What can I say?
Well, I want a Mandarin Goby, so it's funny because Father Fish suggested that I get a Mandarin Goby, and we were looking at them at one of these pet stores, and we almost bought it, and we went there next time it was gone. And, but then I found out how much they eat, and I was like, oh, no.
You can do it.
Yeah.
I've kept them without feeding them for years and spawned them.
I've only got that 12 gallon. If I had something a little bit larger, I think basically that's what I was thinking. So we get a 55 or a 75 gallon. I do want to put Mandarin Goby in there. So I don't know how many, but I want to put a decent amount of coral.
Well, you want to get a male and a female.
That sounds like a lot of them.
In the right environment, you would be getting a lot of them.
Yeah. They're going to be like, oh, what a nice house. We get fed and we don't have to pay rent.
I've got 12 bee puffers in a tank, and It's actually with Golden Top Minnows, it's actually a semi-aggressive tank. I've been kind of feeling sick for like the last month, just run down, not enough energy, come to find out it's infection. Now I'm on by antibiotics. 48 hours later, like, but you still got to finish the antibiotics. I haven't fed that tank in like 3 weeks. I just haven't bothered feeding. Actually, I haven't bothered feeding almost all of my fish. They're fine. Everybody's happy.
What have you got you can put those turtles in?
I'm going to get a kiddie pool. Well, I'll just grab the kiddie pool from the school, but I mean, I'm trying to. I can't keep them.
No, I mean, what do you have right now that you can put those turtles in?
Couple of toads.
Toads are good.
You want me to be honest? Because that means I actually have to start counting tanks, and I really don't want to count. I'm in denial.
Yeah, you are.
Thank you for helping me with my.
A toad will
yeah.
be good.
I've got several toads.
Put a couple inches of water in and put them in it and be done with it. And do it immediately. Don't suffer the indignity of another 10 minutes with those turtles in that tank.
So this live stream cannot end until we watch you remove all the turtles from your aquarium. They're literally back there ripping out every plant that you worked so hard to propagate.
Right.
It's like an intervention, isn't it? Oh my God.
Cornish Fish and Game says, "Hey, 3 great fish streamers in one live stream. Awesome." I don't know about me. I'd say 2. I'm just here for the ride.
I would like to point out that out of the 3 of us on here, I'm the only one with any sort of aquatic thing in the background. Keep in mind, it's basically watching a disaster happen, but it's so
They look cool. I mean, it's so cool watching them, but they're very destructive.
Here's my issue. It's that so I put them in there yesterday, and everything's all right, you know. And my husband gets home. He gets home a little bit late because he switched careers, and now he's like doing like bodyguarding and for the famous people. And he gets home and he sees the turtle. I'm not even kidding. He does. But he gets home and he sees the turtles. He's like, "Oh, I can do turtles. I like the idea of turtles because fish, not that big of it." He's like, "They've got really personality." I'm like, "No." The one thing I can get them really hooked on is the things that I don't want.
Put a bucket on his side of the bed with a turtle in it.
Oh my God. Are you trying to get me divorced?
Well, you started it with your gar in the fridge.
Oh my God, yes.
So one of the things that's on my list, which this is probably a stupid idea, and I hate saying it in front of Father Chris, because he's going to tell me how bad of an idea this is, most likely. But I want one of those cylindrical tanks that has jellyfish in it. I just want a cylindrical tank with a few jellyfish. You see, he's shaking his head. I already knew it was a bad idea.
You just think you do. You get it. Go ahead and do it. Spend $1,000. Get it set up. Go ahead and do it. You're going to spend damn near $100 a pop for jellyfish.
And they're not going to make it. Not a single
Everything
one.
will be dead in a week.
Why would it be dead in a week? Tell me why.
You said everything will be dead in a week.
Yeah, why would it be dead in a week?
There's a laundry list of reasons.
Okay.
Number one, you got nowhere to feed them. They have to eat live food, and it's got to be microscopic food. Number two, their tentacles get tangled, and that kills them.
Cylindrical.
Yeah, cylindrical. That causes their tentacles to tangle.
Okay. So live food. So we gotta feed
Water
them turtles.
quality is
Got that covered.
absolutely critical. What else? You can't have any ammonia at all, ever. Which
You're
is
done.
Which
You're
is
done.
impossible.
Hi. That sounds like high maintenance.
Wait, if I don't have anything else but the jellyfish
Yeah.
with a bunch of
They gotta
ammonia in the
eat.
tank,
What are you gonna feed them?
I'm gonna create some portholes and I'm gonna. It's not gonna work.
No,
But it sounds so cool.
Tell you what, Luke.
you want
Go to
jellyfish
the-
in an aquarium? Visit a public aquarium.
Yeah, I was gonna say, just adopt. You know how they're always asking for donations? Just adopt the jellyfish at the
Right.
local.
Put your brand, put
Put
your
your
brand
brand
into
into
a
more.
local
Right.
aquarium.
All
What's
right,
that?
so
What are we looking at? Oh, right. I love it.
so my daughter caught this on the way back home from
Live.
Camp Sweeney.
She picked
Last
that
summer.
sucker up alive.
Yeah, she her bare hands. And there's another one.
It's a
Yeah,
3-foot gar.
Right. So, because I love
Catching gar.
It's
some
an
are
alligator with no legs.
So
Saying where you catching gar.
what's so funny is we caught these two and I was like, holy crap, what do I do? So we went to the gas station to grab fresh water and there was like a bunch of rednecks there. We're covered from head to foot. And
Thing with the turtles.
the what?
Gar. She's talking about gar.
You put them in your fish tank with your turtles.
Yeah,
No,
right.
the one that my daughter was holding, it didn't make it. It was too big. We didn't have a large enough container. But the 18-inch or the 2-footer, we did release into a man. Let me put it this way: it's a neighborhood with multi-million-dollar homes, and this is their local their local lake. And so, you know, these millionaires are going to start to get legends soon. But every lake's got to have a lake monster. So, but anyways, my
We
point.
have video of them running across the field with a gar at 10 o'clock at night to throw it into the lake.
Hey, it was a beautiful adventure. But this is the. I'm gonna.
And then they ate the other one.
Yeah, we did. Okay, so I don't know if this is gonna work or not. Dang it! How do I? Oh, I do have it on Google. I have to share my screen, I think. Carry on, folks. I'm gonna see what I can do about putting it on Google. Just keep talking fish, alligator gar, you know, raw.
So the only thing I know about gar is that people shoot them with crossbows and stuff.
The guy at the gas station said, I went fishing last week for gar and I couldn't get any, so how the hell did you get some? And I was like, there's my teenager, you ask her. Sure you did.
You gotta have the right technique.
Sure. Yeah, you gotta use both hands.
Right.
What you're putting in your tank after the turtles?
The what?
You're the remove. What's going in that aquarium besides what's in there?
Well, I do have some tetras that are hiding right now. I don't know. That's the problem, is I've been relatively uninspired for a while. And I need to kind of like be inspired again to put something in there. I mean, I kind of, I didn't redo it, but you know, I cleared out a lot of it was getting too heavy with plants, and I put in, started putting in some like supplements inside there, because I used some, you know, I added some more iron by, not the liquid stuff, not the, I never do the store-bought fertilizers because I can't well, I can't afford them. But I just like I have these clay balls that that I just stick into the sand so that adds to the iron supplement, and just some of the father fish supplements I just sort of stick under the sand just as a rejuvenation. But now I don't know what to do, like how to design it, and it's just sort of been sitting there, and I'm not inspired to do anything right now. It's really sad.
Snacking on cheeses and Father Fish bust out the grapes.
Go live, and this is where
Happening in your refrigerator.
Right?
a few minutes. So I'm just leaving the head exposed. I have some bread milk on the way home, and we will see what happens when you try to open the door. You can tell out things like, don't touch it, it's slimy.
I'll be the.
That's your husband.
Oh gosh!
Bringing home the milk.
I
Put it in the fridge.
You'll never be the same.
Oh shit!
Nemesis did not drop the milk.
No spilt milk.
It was an accomplishment. He still held on to the gallon of milk. Yeah, by the way, he still has PTSD from that. He told me that.
I'm not a big fan of game in the refrigerator / freezer.
Yeah, he wasn't either. It was very short-lived.
So then what do you do with it?
Well, my neighbor actually has these really awesome, instruments, really hardcore, the instrument that it's like the surgical tool that you use if you're trying to break through a rib cage in order to do open heart surgery.
They
Yeah,
got me
that.
on DM, and we gutted it, cleaned it, and they cooked it and ate it.
Yeah, that's it. We tried to preserve the head, and we put it in the freezer, which my husband didn't appreciate either. So.
Wait. You ate the gar?
Yeah, he ate it. I cooked it on the backyard grill. Pretty good.
I thought gar's not good.
Okay, don't tell that to the Southern boys we ran into at those gas stations that every time they saw the gar, they gave me. I got it before I got home. I had 3 or 4 different recipes that they wanted me to try.
Heard of anyone eating them? I thought it was just for fun, like frog eating or whatever.
No, man, they're difficult to.
Frog gigging is not just for fun. That's for eating frog legs.
I got frog legs. So is this an advertisement for Cheez-Its?
It is Father Fish, sponsored by Cheez-Its, our favorite brand. I'm just hoping they'll send an email and we'll get $10 to get halfway to some new headphones.
I reached out to Home Depot to see if they'll sponsor Father Fish. I think it's worth a shot considering.
Eating gar probably isn't going to get us very far.
Well, if we could get the channel up to about 100,000.
Look, my husband would not let me post that video publicly. It doesn't matter. I didn't post it. I played it. See the difference? But my point is that if I had posted that on my channel, it would have gone viral within 5 minutes.
Open the fridge and seen that. I would have reacted poorly compared to.
Great. I get the one guy on the live stream that actually feels sorry for the poor man.
No, I'm just saying he had a good reaction. I would have been like, you wouldn't have been able to play the video.
Well, even then, I had to quack some of the stuff out. That's what that was. I had to bleep some of the words. And there's already some mild cussing in there, but yeah.
Cornish Fish and Game says I've heard of people eating Oscars. I could never do it. Yeah, I'm not too big on fish. I like clean fish. I really like ice fishing. Ice fishing and eating fish that have been caught out of a frozen lake. It's the cleanest fish you'll ever have.
Figures you Michigan
I mean,
people. Look, we got alligator gar, right? Give us a
red-tailed catfish,
Red-
Aku, shovelnose catfish, Oscar, arowana. What else? Fish tank wise, tilapia. I've eaten tilapia, of course. Peacock bass.
any bass, really. Actually, when I found out that people actually kept bass as pets, I was like, what?
Really?
Yeah.
No, I love bass. Crappie is my favorite out of the ice. Crappie is a good one. I don't know if you've had crappie or crappie, whatever they call them.
Until I've had one crappie meal.
Bass is pretty good as long as they're not too big. Northern pike, walleye. I love walleye.
Yeah, northern pike. I don't think I've ever eaten a better fish than northern pike.
Northern pike?
See, all that stuff, like when you go north up here and they're colder, they're better. Like I hate when they're in a 80-degree lake and they're warm. They're just not the same.
Yeah. They're basically hanging out in bacteria-infested waters.
Gross. But in the winter, it's great.
Yeah. But you know what's interesting is down south, your wintertime is my summer, in the sense that you know how you can't throw anything outside, you have to bring anything that you have outside inside. Well, that's when I take all of my fish stuff and I move it outside, all of it. And because in the summertime it gets so hot, it actually kills the fish.
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So now, I'm entering the season where I can literally take anything I want and put it outside, and it's wonderful. Take just for your going, buddy.
Have you come up with a bucket?
Turtle soup.
Look, dude, we're not in Chinatown.
I would never eat that, just to be clear.
Dude, my hands, like after I'm handling these darn things, my hands smell. Like, what the heck? This is awful. Like this morning, there was bubbles of ammonia. I literally had to change half the tank.
They're pretty dirty animals.
They are. They're absolutely disgusting.
So
We had neighbors that would.
Yeah, this is a person that has like organic material everywhere, and I'm disgusted by these things.
Right, bucket.
We had neighbors that would make turtle soup out of snapping turtles, and I thought it was the most ridiculous thing. There was no way I was trying that.
There's no way you were trying snapping turtles?
I'm keeping all the colorful thoughts in my head
So
that I don't say it out loud.
Oh, so you don't get fined $2,500?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just have no desire to eat stuff like that. I don't know.
We were pretty poor growing up, so let's just say that my immune system is usually fantastic because the conditions I grew up with were really bad.
Are you leading up to you'll eat turtle soup? Because that's not an excuse. Okay.
No. I'm setting the groundwork as to why I did this to my mother. I went to when my mother came to visit me as an adult, I went to Chinatown and I picked up these frozen grasshoppers and I deep fried them and with paprika, pepper, and green onions and lots of butter. And I served them to her on a plate, and I told her, revenge is a dish best served cold.
No, your mother or your stepmother?
My mother.
Oh, everybody's got mothers like that.
Her stepmother is equally deserving.
Golly.
Look, it was just.
So did she eat these?
Yeah, she did. She had to. There's a rule in her house that what you put in front of you has to be eaten, no matter how tasty it is.
Oh, so you beat her at her own game.
Revenge is a dish.
That's how, yeah, that's how you get them. You get them at their own game. They don't like that.
Yeah. And afterwards, I apologize for all the trouble that I gave her. But grasshoppers, deep fried grasshoppers, excellent meal. I also brought them to our church function too, a potluck.
You're just on a rampage, huh?
I used to serve in a church that had dinner once a month. And there was a member of the church, a man who brought fried snapping turtle to every church dinner. And it was the most popular item on the table.
No.
Alligator. That's delicious.
So I always love potlucks because that meant like we get all the good stuff like breakfast casserole, like casseroles. Any casseroles are good with me except for like goulash. So
gotta be careful those
church potlucks are good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were good. They stopped doing them after I brought the grasshoppers.
Well, you know.
Boys and girls, we've been here almost 2.5 hours. And we haven't hit 20 yet, I don't think.
Fanaticals says, I ate tarantulas fried in peanut oil in Thailand and loved them.
Yeah.
Oh, 8. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah, because people eat bugs there for real.
Mm-hmm.
You
But
got
I
about
think Father
anything
Fish is
in
kicking
Thailand.
us loose.
Yeah. Well,
White
So
Street.
the last 2 pizzas are for you guys.
I haven't been keeping up with the chat, so I feel really bad because I wanted to be able to interact with the folks. But next time, I promise, guys, on chat, I'll figure out a way to communicate with y'all.
Well, we probably won't do this again.
Something's on fire. The fire department is house driving around.
I
Yeah,
think
my
we'll just
iPad.
go back. We'll go back to doing a regular live stream on Father Fish, and
Okay.
you know.
I feel like I haven't been able to connect with
Yeah, the
everybody.
Discord thing is fun, but it's kind of rarefied. It's its own beast, and there's no real entries in it. We've not been able to get over 15 people watching.
Well, it's also a little less informative. I think, even talking much about fish is joked around.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's a bit fuzzy.
Well, these fire trucks are going too slow for a fire. It must be a parade of some sort.
I don't know.
Or they're just really bad at firefighting. I'm not sure which one.
Funny.
They might be lost.
What do you think? You want to keep this up?
Well, I mean, I know I have to.
Get those
They're gonna have
turtles
to
out of
stay.
there.
They're gonna have to. I'm tired. They're gonna have to stay there overnight. But in the morning, I'm gonna have to I'll dig out the kiddie pool and beg my neighbor's forgiveness, and I'll just stick them out on the patio.
All right.
Well, keep us updated on that.
I need to finish that turtle pond.
Mm-hmm.
That would be good.
I'm working on it every Saturday, so I was doing that a little bit earlier today. But it's the kids were supposed to participate, but they had to. They postponed it another week for the kids. Like, I'm supposed to do a whole presentation as well as education, and once. We haven't really been able to fully dig yet because I've got the shovels, but I'm counting on the kids to do most of the heavy work. Like, hey kids, here, dig. Here's a shovel, dig. How you know, 2 feet deep with a shelf, you know, bunch of middle schoolers, you know, many of them are got some strong backs.
Child labor here in Michigan anymore.
Oh, please. There are ways around child labor laws.
It's a field trip.
Field trip. You don't leave the school grounds, and
You hold on to the shovel for the next 8 hours.
It's great because that one Saturday when we were doing it, a bunch of extra kids showed up beside the kids that volunteered, and I was like, "What are these kids doing here?" And the vice principal came, and she was like, "Yeah, these kids are in detention." Oh, here's a shovel.
Funny.
Well, there you go, Father Fish. That's how we can start up your new shop. We just got to find the kids that are in trouble and put them to work.
Perfect. Perfect.
Actually, that's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all
that's
right,
not a
my
bad idea.
friends. Are we done?
Yeah, I have to clean everything up.
All right.
I
Thank
found
you,
some stuff and watch the new Star Trek Picard.
I knew it.
Make it so. Good night, all.
Good night.
Have a good night. See ya.